Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the idea of a one bin camping solution, a one tote that you just throw in the back of your truck. You keep it in the back of your truck during the camping season, and anytime like after work or an event, you can just go off-road, go on some public land or go to a camping site, and you know that with the one tote that you have in the back of your truck, you can have a successful day or a couple of days just camping and having an adventure. And to preface this video, I need to give credit where credit is due. I snagged this idea from Mike over at the Last Line of Defense. He's got some great videos over there. He's got some great stuff about preparedness and whatnot. So throwing that shout out there if you guys haven't seen his videos or his channel. So let's go ahead. I threw together a tote or a bin, whatever you want to call it, with the idea of a budget in mind. Keeping things cheap yet sturdy, saving you some money along the way when throwing together a bin like this. Let's jump into it. So most of these things are going to be self-explanatory, but we're just going to jump right into the gear that I packed in here. Starting with our stove right here. We've got the Coleman propane and stove on top here. This works really great to set your pot on top of and boil some water, as well as just have a little fire going next to you. To go along with that, like I said, I've got some pots in here to boil some water, throw some food in here, and have a good meal. I also like to throw in this pop can idea of a stove. You put alcohol inside here, light it on fire, and the flames just come out. You set your pot on top. It's actually a really cool lightweight idea that my dad and I built, forever ago. We were going on a backpacking trip, and this was a great lightweight solution to a stove. I've also gotten here for like emergency preparedness, two-way walkie-talkie, two-way radio, as well as some batteries to throw in here in case I need it. So we got the batteries and the radio in case we need to call or radio somebody, and a first aid kit as well, going with the emergency preparedness. It's always good to have a first aid kit anywhere you go, in your truck, in your backpack, in your camping stuff. You never know what's going to happen. You cut yourself and you need to stop yourself from bleeding or help others out in a first aid situation, right? So we've got that in there, as well as some flashlights. I got a flashlight here and a headlamp and some rope in case I need to tie up a tarp or anything like that, as well as just some toiletries, right? You got your hand sanitizer and toilet paper or wet wipes. And last but not least, a lighter. I cannot stress that enough. Having a good lighter in your truck, as well as a tote like this. I like to wrap some duct tape around where you hold the lighter. That way, if you ever need some duct tape, you've got it with your lighter. I think that's just a great idea. It doesn't take up too much space. You just wrap it around and you've got some duct tape as well. So that's kind of a two-in-one solution there for having some duct tape on hand. So now that we've gone over gear, let's go ahead and jump into food, water, and shelter. The necessities of going camping, right? The basic necessities, right?
Bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
Jumping into food, water, and shelter, I like to pack around the freeze-dried meals. Mountain House is a great option to grab at Walmart. I think they're like $9, $10, $11, right in that price range. They fill you up, they're lightweight, they don't take up too much space. They're a great solution to just throw in here. And they last forever. So they're a great solution to just throw in the tote and forget about it. And at least you'll know you'll have food when going on an outdoor camping adventure. Along with that, you obviously need to bring some water. We got a water bottle here. We got a liter water bottle here. Fill this thing up. I know I don't have any water in here right now, but fill this thing up. You have some water to go with your meals and whatnot. Along with that, I also throw in, because it just doesn't take up too much space, a water filtration system. You might be camping next to a river or a lake. If you're at water or something like that, you've got a solution to providing yourself with some water, right? You can also boil some water with the camp stove and the pots and whatnot and the water you bring. But this is actually a really cool and cheap way to filter some water, have some clean water anytime you're in that situation, right? It's just an extra bit of way to be prepared and have some water ready. We've got a 20-degree or 30-degree sleeping bag. This tote is designed for summer camping, right? It's the time of year, it's summertime. We've got a 30-degree sleeping bag, which I found is plenty warm here in Utah in these summer nights. For shelter, I've got a one-man sleeping bag. You could also put a two-man, even a four-man sleeping bag in here. They don't cost that much at Walmart. So depending on your needs, you could also throw that big of a tent in the tote and be ready. I've also got a hammock as well as a tarp I could throw up in case I wanted to have that kind of outdoor experience, right? Hammock camping is a lot of fun. So keep in mind, there's a plethora of things that you could throw in a tote like this. And check this out. I mean, it's a hyper tough, it's a Walmart tote. It's heavy duty. It's been thrown around in here and it's done really well to stay put together. Throughout the video, I'm sure I'll tag prices and whatnot. I'll also link everything down in the description so you guys can check it out and maybe snag yourself some budget camping gear as well. And don't forget an extra pair of clothes to throw in here. It's always nice in case you get wet or something like that. Have an extra pair of clothes in here. These are just kind of some of the essentials that I came up with, as well as a little bit of extras that you could throw in to give you guys some ideas if you're throwing together something like this. It's always good to be prepared. It's a good motto to live by, right? Be prepared, especially if you're going in the outdoors and away from people and just having a good time. Leave me some ideas in the comments. Let me know if I missed anything, and leave it down in the comments what you guys have thrown together for something like this. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and the channel. Be sure to like the video, subscribe for more. We're getting so close to that 1,000 subscriber mark at the time of making this video. You guys are awesome. We'll see you in the next one.